to another training vlog where we're blessed, we're thankful to be doing this. Definitely didn't want to do any of this today. Really tired, kind of hungry. You know, we just gotta come in, remember our purpose, the long-term view, and that we have a goal in mind, and not just the short-term gratitude. That's what we're here for, baby. Just push press, it's not push press, thrusters, front squat plus push press. Push us right into a press, so a thruster. Not rocket science. I guess we're doing CrossFit now. So along with the thrusters, we had some 4x4 front squats in which I decided to go up. It was only supposed to be 165 kilos, but it felt pretty good. So I went up and, you know, we did something. You'll have to wait to see. Definitely not feeling the greatest. And I really didn't want to do this workout today, but I needed to. I have to, as a matter of fact, non-negotiable. Today was one of those days I was very dragging coming to the gym. I did not want to get in there. I didn't feel good driving there. I didn't want to do it. I didn't think I ate the most that morning. We have the long-term view. We have the purpose and the goal of American Open Finals coming up in December. So each day counts, no matter how big or small it is, just to make sure to get in there and get it done. And this is where I'm a big fan of what you call auto-regulation. Auto-regulation is whenever you take each day to day. You don't live off the program religiously. And obviously there's a lot of nuances when it comes to this, depending on what cycle you're in, what part of the training program you're in. So let's say you're a week out from competition and you feel really good. Do not go max out your snatch and clean and jerk a week before. That's a bad example of auto-regulation. 12 weeks out from competition or something, and I'm about a week and a half away from some max outs that we're going to be doing. Everything felt really good, and I wanted to take advantage of how I felt today with the front squats, or vice versa on that. You're going to see coming up the next day, I was definitely feeling tank from these front squats, and I had much heavier snatches and clean and jerks, but I knew that it wouldn't benefit me to grind these out and have really crappy lifts to ruin my next day on Saturday, which you'll also see I had a lot of squats as well. So this is the one I went up to, 175 for a set of 4, moved very, very easy. So after this, I decided to go up to 185 kilograms. Then which 185 moved very easy. I don't consistently go above 180 kilos for front squats. So this was a very good day hitting over 185, especially for anything more than a double, honestly. Still, I think my best front squat is a 210 kilo front squat. You know, on this day, I probably could have done maybe 215, 217 for the front squat, but this was good enough for the day. So coming in here with the 200 kilograms for a front squat PR attempt of 4. This will beat my previous best 3 by 10 kilos at 190, but we'll see what we do. Oh, we're just so close. That last third rep, I noticed I kind of stepped forward, misgrooved a little bit, but we did walk away with a 10 kilo PR for my best triple. Here's my best triple from about 2 years ago, 190 for a set of 3. So as we come back to our talk on auto-regulation, don't be afraid to make some adjustments as needed in your programming. A lot of programming is, really good. Coaches do a great job of providing you with some of the best programs, but they're not 100%. They'll never be 100%. There's so many external factors that you have to take into account when it comes to creating a program for an athlete. And you just can't take them all into account to know how an athlete or how you feel every single day of the week. So play with things a little bit and make sure that your training is still going as smooth as it can. Like I said, if you have really bad days and you don't feel good, don't be afraid to pull back some and auto-regulate a little bit on the downside. Or if you have some days where you feel really, really good, within reason, if it makes sense to go up a little bit to challenge yourself, do so. Now, this doesn't really make sense whenever it comes to blocks such as strength cycles or anything where you're not really doing the lifts and say, oh, I feel really good, I want to max out my snatch or clean and jerk. Like, you're not in shape for that. Auto-regulation when it comes to those is going up in lifts that you're actually in shape for, as compared to just going completely off program and trying something completely different. Here's some good old good mornings. PR at 264. You want to build a strong back? That. My left is so weak. It's 2.5. I've been stuck on this for like two years or something, dude. So weak. So much closer. Back the extensions. They get much better than these. I love back extensions, one of my absolute favorite accessories. If you're looking to build a strong lower back for weightlifting, back extensions are an absolute must. I've really been enjoying doing these wrist exercises, the wrist flexion extension, radial deviation, ulnar deviation, and then supination and pronation. I really think it's helped my wrist strength, and I think I've actually put on some forearm mass as well. I'm a big fan of grip training when it comes just to everyday life. There was even a study when they looked at grip strength as a biomarker of health in the elderly population, and it turns out elderly who had stronger grips were generally more functional, had better bone density, and they were overall just much stronger people who had less risk of mortality. So be sure to train that grip to keep yourself healthy for the long term. And of course, wouldn't be a weightlifting day if we didn't finish off a little bit of abs, some V-ups and bicycles. And then this is the end for our Thursday training session. We're rolling into our Friday evening training session after work now. So this is actually the one that I was talking about when it comes to auto-regulation, whether we're thinking of going up or going down. This Friday evening, I was not feeling good at all. It was a very, very tough session. Everything felt rough. Yeah, really rough. As you can see, I stepped out 84 kilos. I should never, ever step out 84 kilos on a snatch. Oh, it's not gonna go good. Oh boy. That was rough. So yesterday I did the 4-rep max front squat. I'm definitely fatigued from it, I could tell. And so I have power snatches at 110, 4 sets of 1+1, power snatch plus snatch. And as you can see, I missed the first power snatch. It wasn't even close. So we're gonna see how this goes. All right, so that's 0 for 2 on just snatches in general. Wow, that's sloppy, very bad. That's really bad today. So fun fact, I actually haven't made a snatch after I started my working sets. Not even power, I can't even power snatch. Yeah, I'm going down. That's just really bad. Man, so as you can see, this was a very rough session for me. Nothing felt good. That's supposed to be a snatch. It was off. The weights were just out in front of me on everything. It was just a very bad session. I'd be lying if I said every day was a good day. A lot of bad days too. So this is whenever I really decided, I was like, well, we just gotta deregulate and go down to back to 84 kilos and just finish up a couple sets that were actually good. So then our next exercise was power clean, clean jerk, which was supposed to be around 135, which on any day, a good day, I mean, I could power clean 140 pretty much every single time, no problem, but I could already tell you today was not one of those days. It just felt heavy. Did one set at 125 and called it good. So I want to discuss a few markers that I like to use to know whether I need to auto-regulate up or auto-regulate down or just kind of stay right on the program. The first one will be, I think that's good for tonight, missing lifts. If you are missing easy lifts, 80%, 70%, they're going out front, they're going backwards, you should not be going up in weights and you should not be trying to push yourself that day. You need to deregulate, come back down, and really focus on that technique and let yourself recover for the next upcoming sessions. If the weights feel great, technique feels good, everything's moving like butter, It feels lighter than it usually does. Then you can kind of think, okay, what's in the future coming up here? Do I have a competition coming up? Do I have max outs coming up? And then maybe decide if you want to go up from there. If you have a meet or max out coming up, I probably wouldn't go very heavy in any sort of squat, clean, or deadlift. The snatch you can get away with maxing out a lot more because overall intensity isn't that high because the weights are just lower, but you still kind of have to be careful depending on how soon those competitions or max outs are that you're going to be doing. Another metric I like to use is what is the gym environment you're in right now and how unique is it to your experience? If it's the same old gym environment you're lifting in and you feel okay, chances are just stick to the program, hit some good numbers, and really keep your technique in. Say you feel decent, you don't feel the greatest, but you still feel good, and you're in a new gym environment with a bunch of different lifters who are able to push you to different heights, and they're all maxing out or they're all going big. And I think that's a good time to take advantage of the gym environment and the energy that's alive, and really kind of harness your ego for the good and letting that gym environment hype you up to push you a little bit beyond your limits that day. Don't get crazy and do something stupid like a 20 or 30 kilo attempt above your best and hurt yourself, right? But going a little bit heavier on that day that you have that great gym environment will sometimes push you to greater heights than you ever thought were possible just by being around people who are also going big and are also pushing you to the extreme. Sometimes your best days will be the days that you don't expect to be the best day. Just like that Thursday was. I thought it was a terrible day for me, but I come in, I started hitting my front squats, turned on some pretty hype music, Slipknot to be precise, and everything felt good and hit a PR. So you can't complain sometimes about those days, and you really got to take advantage of those. So back on our training session, this is the last programmed 10x5 back squats that I have until I max out next Saturday, which I'm hoping to hit 225 kilos for sure. So did my 10x5 at 170 for 5 and then 180 for 5. Didn't feel the greatest because I'm still kind of fatigued, but we got through it. It wasn't terrible. Now we're on to the accessories. We did some strict press and then some seal rows. I really like this seal row. One of my absolute favorites for building just kind of that back strength. Bicep curls, which you can't get away from the bicep curls. You got to make sure everything looks good, even if you're a weightlifter. Got to go for a little bit of aesthetics there. Boom. Yeah. Then we had some overhead tricep extensions with the dumbbell. I really like to slow these down and really feel that stretch and that long head. So one of the best hypertrophic stimulus for the triceps is this exercise right here. Went back to some dumbbell curls. This one I went up a little bit, and then I kind of did a burnout, dropped it, kind of ran the rack. If you've never ran the rack before, then I don't think you've ever lifted with a gym bro, but it's basically where you start with a higher weight and then just kind of work your way down with some heavier weights, all the way down to 10 pounds. Boy, I'm feeling the burn, let me tell you. As a weightlifter, I think we all know that your endurance and your muscular endurance and your work capacity isn't really the greatest whenever it comes to these isolated movements for singular muscle groups. So when you start hitting those singular muscle groups, man, you fatigue out very quickly. But I enjoy it. I love bodybuilding. It's where I started whenever I first was weightlifting as a teenager in high school. So it's always fun to come back, get an arm pump, leg pump, and just really kind of feel the burn. Takes me back to those high school days. Then I finished up with back extensions and a back extension isometric hold with horizontal abduction, or basically tees. I know I talked about the ego some during this session, but I actually had another video where I dive a little bit further into the ego and how you can harness that for your weightlifting career. So please check out that video. Thanks for watching. If you watched to the end, I really appreciate all the viewers and the support that I'm getting over these last couple months as I start to develop my YouTube channel. Thanks again for watching. I hope you all have a great day and enjoyed this training vlog. Leave a comment, hit the like button, and subscribe if you would. Thanks, and have a wonderful day.